Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cover the Spread here for September 1st, 2025. Hey, if you're new to Cover the Spread, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here on the Monday, starting the new week, new month. Here at Cover the Spread. So subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Greatly appreciated. And hey, if you click on that notification bell, you'll get notified when this video drops and you can grab the best of the number with us as well. And as we always do, we'll get to the cappers, see how their weekend went. And then we'll get right to the three we got for you here on Monday's action. We got some daytime baseball, as they say, for the Labor Day holiday. So let's head on over to Ramon. How you doing here on this Monday Labor Day holiday?
I'm working. I'm working right here, right now with you guys. So, hey, we don't hey, baseball day game, Labor Day. That's what you do. So we're gonna be here and work, and we're gonna give you some winners because that's what we work on here on Cover the Spread.
Definitely. We're gonna get you covered on three games here during the day in the day action. I don't know where to Al. How you doing here, buddy?
Yeah, I don't think people might think this is all fun and games for us here, but don't think people realize the meaning of no days off, or at least very few days off every year, not every week, unlike most people. So, yeah, definitely putting in the work every day here, even on Memorial Day. So, happy holidays to everyone, and wow, yeah, and and let's get to these picks. More work.
More work. Definitely. Let's get to the picks and try to knock it out of the park to start September here on Cover the Spread. First game we're looking at on the diamond, we got the Marlins taking on Washington. This is a game I love, so I'll get us going here in this matchup. And hey, it's Monday, so what do I do on Mondays? I usually fade the Marlins. Hey, give it to the Marlins. They won their last Monday game, so they're only 5-28. In their last 33 Mondays rolling along. So Mondays definitely don't work so well for the Marlins. But hey, that's not what we're basing this off of. What I'm looking at the time of shooting is it looks like Gusto is going to get the start here for the Miami Marlins. And for me, I'm just fading this guy since he's come over to the Marlins. He has been a gas can serving up the meatballs, as they say. He's got given up 17 runs in his three starts here. And they've given him 4 runs of run support in those starts, and that's not going to help you out. No, not all those games were on a Monday. It just happens to fall here on a Monday as well. And then you look at the Washington side of things. Hey, it was supposed to be Gore here, but Gore's been dealing with an injury and taken down. And now we're going to get a fresh start here in this one. We're going to get Alvarez getting the start here for Washington, and this guy's been up and down on the minors from the minors to the double A to triple A over the last 4 or 5 years. And I think he's just getting his shot right here. Maybe a situation spot where, hey, Gore's injured. You got to pull up a guy in here. This guy's been bouncing around the minors for the last few seasons. Got to give him a shot, right? So I think he comes up and has himself a half decent start. His numbers aren't horrible. I've definitely seen some rougher numbers in the minors for this guy. So going against the Marlins and Gusto, hey, on a Monday, I think he has himself a half decent start here. But I think this Washington Bats can get to Gusto early and get themselves a lead, kind of lead to an over. Like we might see some runs in this one as well. But for me here in this one, Washington on the money line over the Marlins, and this one to start the week on Monday. Head on over to Ramon. What do you like here in this one on Monday?
Yeah, maybe the Nats can get this one with the left-handed pitcher going against Miami here. They were definitely had that losing streak last week, but mostly because of their bullpen, right? I mean, the last month or so, an ERA close to 5.5 for Washington. So look, with Alvarez making his major league debut, and then you're going to have to get into that bullpen. I'm going to go over in this one with Miami and Washington. Gusto did have a nice start, I think, earlier this season against these guys back when he was, I think he was with the Astros at that time, but I'm going to go with he was
he
with the
he
Astros.
went 6 innings, only gave up 1 hit. So You're correct. Way back, but that
Yeah,
was
well,
with
that's a good
the
start for
Astros.
sure, but we know this Washington team can mash a little bit anyway. That's one thing they do okay. They've had a decent offensive season for having such a poor record here, and I'll take Miami to get there. A few runs here off of this rookie pitcher, but mostly out of that bullpen. Again, the Nats are pretty much one of the worst teams in the league, I guess, if you throw out Colorado, you got to eliminate half their games anyway. So give me the over in this one, Miami and Washington on Labor Day.
Head on over to Al. What do you like hearing this one? Marlins or Nats here on Monday?
I guess I'll take a minute to clarify. Yes, it's Labor Day, not Memorial Day tomorrow. Sorry, working so hard, we got our holidays mixed up around here. But yeah, I like this over a lot. As you mentioned, these guys, rookies, coming in with some pretty good numbers in the minors. At least lately, but again, I just think that the majors, again, they won't be going up against the best lineups in the league or anything like that, but I still think this will be a different class of batters they'll be facing. So I expect at least one of them to give some runs up here, and as Ramon was saying, it's bottom tier bullpens here backing them up. So I expect some runs in this one. I'll go with the over as well here.
Hey, that wraps up the first game we're looking at on the slate. Let's head on over to game number 2 here on Monday. We got the Athletics taking on the Cardinals. This is Ramon's game. He's going to get us going here in this one. Who do you got, Athletics or Cardinals here in this one on Labor Day?
Well, look, Luis Morales has done a pretty good job here so far for the A's, for sure. Number 4 prospect for Oakland, and he's been very, very solid here so far. But the Cardinals have been surging here a little bit. It's one last-ditch effort, it feels like, for the Cardinals to try to get to the postseason. I don't think they're going to get it. I mean, they're I think 5.5 games back when we made the video for this one. And look, they're still going to need another big winning streak if they're going to get involved, but I want to trust Sonny Gray here in this one with St. Louis at home. Look, Gray always gives you a pretty solid start. We can make fun of him as far as how long he's been in the league, and yeah, he's not ever knocking them dead. Just get you through it here pretty much. But against the A's, I kind of want to pick on them usually on the road right now. Now, at the beginning of the season was a little bit different for Oakland. They were kind of doing their best work on the road, but Cardinals are starting to feel like maybe they've got an outside chance here. So I'm going to go with Sonny Gray in this one. I'm going to lay it on the run line here. I admit Morales has looked good, but let's get him on the road here against a team that's playing pretty well. Cardinals had won 3 straight into Sunday and had a pretty good little rush here to try to get back involved. So give me the Cards on the run line with Sonny Gray on Monday.
Headed on over to Al. What do you like hearing this one? Athletics or St. Louis here on Monday?
Yeah, you mentioned Morales pitching pretty well, and I think Sonny Gray can do pretty well against this lineup. Now, some of these guys have hit him a little bit in the past, but again, I think he does well enough against most of this lineup and does well enough, especially with a little bit of help from Mother Nature there with the wind blowing in a little bit. I think we can see a lower scoring game in this one. I think both starters can have a solid start here. I think the bullpens can come in. I know, again, not the best bullpens in the league or anything, but again, with the help of that wind blowing in a little bit, I think they do well enough to keep this game under the total. Could leave the bullpens out of this one if you want and just go first 5 under, but I'll just take the whole game to stay under this total.
And on that same kind of level, I'm going to take the Nerfy here. We've seen the Nerfy. Hey, we've seen Gray against the Athletics last year. It was a 3-1 final for the Cardinals in that one last season. And the way Morales is going, I think he can get us 3 outs. That's all I ask of him there. So give me the Nerfy with St. Louis and the Athletics here on Monday. Hey, that wraps up game number 2. Let's head on over to the next one we got on the block. And this is Al's game. He's going to get us going. We got the Detroit Tigers here in this matchup. The Detroit Tigers are taking on the Mets. What do you like hearing this one, Al? Mets, Tigers.
Yeah, I gotta admit, this is not my favorite card of the year. So, again, best I could do here was come up with this play for everyone today. Don't hate it, but it's a game I'll be a little more careful with. And still like the edge here we have with the Tigers at home here. Morton obviously not having his best season. But again, I still think he's the better option here over Manaea. And Manaea, sorry. And then, yes, he is coming off a rough start as well, Morton. But we've seen some signs of improvement lately. He had been pitching well in the 2 starts where he went just 2 earned runs in 6 innings. The start before that, he shut out the Twins in Minnesota through 6 innings. So we've seen some good and then some inconsistencies for sure along the way. But I think if he can have himself a half decent start here, I think he could get some run support from this offense that, again, hasn't always been there in recent days, but again, should wake up and get to Manaea a little bit here. So I'll take the Tigers. Should get a decent price with this matchup here, I think, at home. But again, if this money line ends up being anywhere over minus 150, go ahead and lay a little bit on that run line as well. But I think the money line should be good here with the Tigers.
Heading on over to Ramon. What do you like here in this one? The Mets or Detroit here on Monday?
I don't know why when I watch Charlie Morton, he always looks like Cy Young out there. And when I don't watch his games, he ends up getting shelled. Maybe I should bet it and watch, right? So, look, with Sean Manaea 5 ERA coming in, the Mets were just involved in a wild series over the weekend with Marlins. The first 3 games had nearly 60 runs in it. The Mets are kind of mashing. Now, Detroit was struggling on the road and really the second road trip in a row where they've had some problems. But getting back at home, I think they can heat up the offense here a little bit against a guy like Manaea right now. Like I said, with that 5 ERA going here at this point. We know Morton up there, a 4.61 ERA. So I got to go over. The Mets have gone over an 8 of 10 heading into Sunday's game. And like I said, with those 58 runs in 3 games heading into Sunday, I think the bats might continue to be hot here a little bit. I'm going to go with the over with the Mets and Detroit here with Manaea and Morton on Monday. A lot of M's.
Actually, I'm seeing them right around even money. So, yes, I'll be on the Tigers, just straight money line for me.
Yeah, I was just going to say they always overprice Manaea like he's an ace. So don't worry there. I've seen his last 4 starts. It's been almost coin flip prices on Manaea in this one. So I'm with Al. I'm going to take the Tigers here in the first 5. It's not like Old Man Morton's not seen these Mets before as well. Guess what? He's already seen these Mets once this year. It was with a different organization. He was pitching for Baltimore then. It was a 3-1 win for the Orioles over the Mets in that start where, Charlie pitched well in that game. So, hey, I think he can do the same here and get a first 5 win here with the Tigers. Hey, that wraps up the Labor Day edition of Cover the Spread. Appreciate everybody that tunes in to us here daily. Have yourself a wonderful holiday. And as we always do, let us know in the comment section below what you think of the 3 games we covered, or hey, let us know your favorite play on the Labor Day slate. And let's give you a quick little recap before we head on out. First game we looked at, we got the Miami Marlins taking on the Washington Nationals. This is my game. I say take the Washington Nationals here in this matchup. Next game we looked at, we got the Mets taking on the Tigers. This is Al's game. He says, grab the Tigers here in this one. And then the last one we looked at was the St. Louis game with Sonny Gray on the bump there. And that one taking the Athletics. Ramon's game, he says, grab this St. Louis squad here in this one. Remember, you said St. Louis line. Well, did we see a line?
On the run line, I think we're going to look at a run line here. I think they should be Morales has done a good job, and maybe go with the Al special.
Go with the Al special, the -1 here in this one on Monday.
They are, yeah, -160 or so on the money line, so plus 130 on the run line. Seems like a great price for a -1 to me.
All right.
Me too.
Essentially on the run line, but yeah.
Ramon likes the run line. He says smack them. They win by
plus money, but let's make sure we get a little win here.
Definitely. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hey, it's Monday. It's September. It's Labor Day. Let's make it a good one and do what we always do, and that is
cover the spread.